before we get started on the video today, yes, I've been gone for a while. That is because of everything that's been going on in the world. Didn't seem appropriate to be posting YouTube videos. So I just want to say, number one, Black Lives Matter, and if you disagree, you can go ahead and unsubscribe right now. If you'd like to, I'm selling face masks. 100% of the donations are going to Black Lives Matter, the organization, and I'm also selling rainbow Mickey ears for the Trevor Project, and 100% of proceeds are going to them too. And I have a new thing where I'm going to auction off for, I guess it's more like a raffle, so we'll make you a custom mermaid seashell bra. You can choose bra size, you can choose the color of the seashells, you can choose the type of embellishments if you want pearls or if you want jewels, like I got you. So all you have to do is make a $10 donation to Color of Change. Go ahead and DM me a picture of the donation that you made, and then you'll be entered into the drawing to win your own custom mermaid bra. And as you know, I love making mermaid bras, so I'm very excited, and hopefully we can raise a lot of money. I've already raised $390 for the face mask. It's only going up. Hopefully we get to $500 by the end of the month, so thank you very much. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a custom Little Mermaid slash kind of rainbow inspired birthday gift from one of my best friends, Shemar. So I know that we already made a Little Mermaid themed birthday gift for my friend Jessie, but I mean, everyone loves Little Mermaid. And Shemar and I first connected 4 years ago about the Little Mermaid. We realized we both had Little Mermaid phone cases in class, and I was like, okay, he's amazing. We're on the same plane here. So Shemar does live all the way in DC, so I gotta ship it off to him, but I'm trying to get this done in time so that hopefully it'll arrive before his birthday. Let's hope, fingers crossed. So my current plan is to make a bedazzled phone case, just because I think it would be really fun, and we can kind of work in a little bit of the rainbow aesthetic, because I know he was interested in some of my rainbow ears that I'm selling for Pride. And all those donations are going to the Trevor Project, so if you're interested, let me know on Instagram. Send them over to you. But I'm very excited to make this. I think then we're gonna do a Little Mermaid ear, but again, I might work in some rainbow tulle. I'm not entirely sure. I was kind of imagining like the scene from the end of the movie when Ariel's on the boat with Eric waving down to her father and all the mer people, and there's a giant rainbow in the sky. Yeah, big ideas. I don't really know exactly how I would recreate that scene without painting it, which I don't know if I want to spend the time to paint fabric, but I do think that we can create something kind of reminiscent of that. So I just want to blend the worlds of the rainbow, color scheme with Ariel and kind of see where we land. So let's go ahead and get started. I think we're gonna start on the phone case first because that's gonna be a little bit easiest. So I ordered a phone case off of Amazon. That's the right size for his phone. And then we'll go ahead and jump into the ears after that. So let's get started on the phone case. Okay, so I kind of just laid out everything that I'm thinking of using. I'm kind of wondering if I want to save Ariel for the ears because I don't know that I actually have another Ariel with me. So maybe this phone case will just be full mermaid. And I'm really living for these tails. I kind of like the blue and silver a little bit more. I'm definitely going to incorporate these buttons. So I was thinking of kind of mixing the white with the blue. I have these ones which are a little bit kind of shinier that pick up the rainbow hints. But I also have the pearls, which I think is pretty traditional mermaid. So let's just go ahead and see what we can do mixing these two colors and then see what we want to add on top of that. Grab your E6000 and let's get started. So the way that I like to begin any phone case is to start by creating a border. This just helps me make everything look a little bit neater in the end. That way I can kind of just fill in the blanks after I've completed the entire border. So I'm gonna do this one in about a medium-sized pearl. I mean, I like it when it's in a small pearl as well, but it's very difficult to go all the way around the smaller the jewel you're gonna use. So I recommend using at least a nice medium size. Of course, I'm gonna use my tweezers. It just makes it so much easier. I learned that the hard way as well. And then once I've finished completely going all the way around here, I'll be able to kind of have a little bit more freedom with the way in which I lay the stones in the center. So if you're looking for a good place to buy stones, I recommend Michael's. They have these big square jars you can see I have right next to me here. Usually if you can go in and you're just purchasing that, you can use the 40% off coupon. So instead of $10, it's like $6 and it's a really good deal. And that's complete. So next I'm going to start filling in with kind of more of my mermaid jewels. These really cool kind of like mermaid stones I got at Hobby Lobby in a pack that have just been sitting waiting to be used for something.
But Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, they all have different types of jewels that you can find. Here I'm doing different sizes. I like to mix it up. I think it just kind of adds a little bit more to the design. So I always use the really tiny size of something. I'll use a medium size and I'll use the bigger sizes, just to give it a little bit of variety. As far as this phone case is concerned, we're staying pretty simple with the color scheme here. Normally, I would stay in the same color family and I wouldn't go over 4 different colors, just kind of in varying shades of like pinks and blues if I was going that way. But then I'd have a base color that was like a pearl or a clear crystal, and that's done.
Okay, so now we have our base coat. I think it's really pretty, mixing a little bit of the turquoise with the mermaid stones and all the pearls. So now all we gotta do is zhuzh it up. Whoop. Come to me, my child. I'm thinking mermaid tail up top, if it wants to stay. I'm gonna cut off the little thingy here. So maybe like that. We will see. Then I want to put mermaid at heart right in the center. This might actually be better a little bit further down. We'll see. If I was to add Ariel, I would put her here, but again, I think she might be better on our ears.
So all these kind of bigger, fun things I have, like the mermaid tails, I usually find within jewelry sections, and then I just kind of take them and put them on phone cases. Or charmed sections, you can find them. Whenever I'm using my little letter beads, which are my favorite thing to do for any sort of text on phone cases, I will always first glue them together. So you see I glued mermaid together and at together, and then I'll glue them onto the case. It just makes it easier to keep the words together because they can be a little bit tricky, especially when you're using E6000. It's not like the best immediate glue. It will hold forever after 24 hours, but at first it's going to be a little bit difficult to get it to stay exactly where you want it to be. So if you glue them together first, it just makes it easier for you in the end. Now let's put on our mermaid charm. Same thing, I'm just gonna coat that in the E6000, stick it where I think it makes sense.
And that is our finished phone case. So magical. All right, it's time to get started on our ears. And originally I was thinking more of like a rainbow aesthetic, but now I'm kind of thinking it would be so cool because I found that I have the Ursula button and the Ariel button to do one side like Ariel colors and the other side Ursula colors. So you're getting both good and evil, and then he can flip it around and wear whatever side he wants to wear. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go with a nice deep purple headband because that works with both Ariel's color scheme and Ursula's. And then I'm gonna make the ears out of a silver wire. I like the silver because I feel like it's not too specific. I think the gold is the wrong color scheme. Black I would do for Ursula, but I wouldn't do for Ariel. So I think silver is gonna be right perfectly in the middle. So let's go ahead and first just make the structure of these.
So to make my ear shape, I like to use the same container. It's this really random thing, but you can use like a candle, you can use anything that kind of has that circular shape. And then I'm just pulling another pair of ears to see where the ears lie on that pair of ears. So that way I don't have to do too much work trying to space it perfectly. It makes it really easy for me to just use a ready-made pair of ears. And then we're gonna go in with a little bit of sheer fabric, which is one of my favorite things to do with wire ears. I just think it looks so pretty. And I'm gonna hot glue that down to make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. And the ends don't really matter so much because we're just gonna cover that whole bottom part with flowers. So I'm just gonna trim it. I like to also kind of pull it in an interesting way. Instead of doing just like one layer, I'm kind of creating a little bit more depth with that. So just make sure the piece is big enough to fit over the ear fully. It doesn't matter if you have a little excess because you're just gonna chop that off. And then you can get this really kind of cool effect where you have the pleats in it all pulling to the center. And I just really love the way that that looks, especially with the pearls already on it. Now, if I wasn't using fabric that already had a bunch of embellishments, we would be putting a bunch of pearls on here with some hot glue, but we don't need to. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and move on to our flowers. So as far as flowers go, you should never spend too much money on them, I believe. You can find great flowers at the dollar store. I always go to 99-cent only. That's where these blue flowers are from, and I bought like a million of them because I'm always making Ariel ears for some reason. Everyone's obsessed with her. I'm just gonna take a little bit of hot glue on each flower, place it down onto the headband, hold it tight for a few seconds. And there we go, side one. We got all our blue flowers on. Next, it's time to dive into these really cool roses that I got around Halloween. So they're black with a little bit of the purple glitter on top. They're kind of ginormous, but I don't really mind it. I think it's gonna look nice. So on this side, I'm just gonna do 3 of them instead of the 5 that I needed on the other side. And those are so Ursula-tastic. I mean, come on. Now it's time for just a couple of finishing touches here. We're gonna add on the buttons. So these I usually buy at Joann's. And they come in little packs. Ursula and Ariel do not come in the same pack though. Ursula is in the villain's pack and Ariel has her own little pack. So we're gonna stick her on one side, and then we're gonna stick Ursula right on the back side to make sure everybody knows when you're evil and when you're good. Boom, there we go. And I think we can say that these ears are complete. Completely evil.
That's all, folks. We did it. Ariel and Ursula in this beautiful mermaid case. I think that's definitely different than what I was originally thinking. I didn't end up doing rainbow, but I love the idea of reversible Ariel ears where one side is Ariel, one side's Ursula. I think it's so much fun. I definitely maybe want to add a pair of these to my shop because I think they're really cute. And then of course a phone case. I'm so glad I got to use some of this mermaid stuff that I've just had sitting in my beads container for so long. And hopefully Shemar loves it. So just gonna ship this off to him and hopefully he gets it before his birthday. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. But until then, stay sparkly. Bye-bye.